Everyone is trying to tell you something, and none of it makes sense. None of it. And I've gotten to the point now, personally, where I just want to throw away all information because it feels like all of this information is bad. And I know that's not true. There is genuinely good information out there, but it's hard to find it, especially when everyone is giving you advice, and so many people are giving you advice that is a complete lie and is not true at all. And that is so frustrating because you can adhere to some line of thinking or train of thought or life philosophy for a period of time until you realize that this philosophy that you decided to put your focus and attention on inside your life is not working. The framework does not work. You have been lied to. And now you have spent all this time with this philosophy in your head that has shifted relationships you have with people, has changed the outcome of events that in a way that maybe is negative or in a way that you didn't want to unfold because you started thinking a certain way because someone told you this is right. I really genuinely feel that it is so difficult for most people to actually have answers to questions they have in their life. And there is so many gurus out there. There's so many folks that are saying, this is the way. And it's not the way. It's just a way of life for them, or they're trying to sell you something, or they want something from you. And you are just going to be the victim of whatever that mental virus is. It's sad. It's really difficult to avoid this because we as humans want certainty. We want to know that this path, this choice, this place we're going to is going to help us arrive at where we want to get to. It's the right decision. It's the right path. It's the right thing to do, whatever it is. And it can be so heartbreaking and so disorienting and so reality shattering when you finally have the realization that you have been lied to. It is incredibly frustrating, to say the least. And this can go from really small things, like really, really small things, like a little piece of advice of, how to adjust your swing and your golf technique, or how to, adjust a thing in your YouTube channel if you're a YouTube creator, or whatever hobby or pursuit that you have personally. Imagine someone telling you that if you do X, if you do this thing, it's going to make your hobby or your skill set so much better. But in reality, that thing turns out to be a lie, and it hurts you. And maybe the motivation for someone telling you this wasn't bad. Maybe they were just ill-informed and they thought it was the right thing to do. Or maybe it was ill-intentioned. Whatever the case, that part matters less. What does matter is you were affected negatively by the lie. And then there can be really big things that happen that someone lies to you about. Maybe it's about the way you should live your life. Something really impactful on your day-to-day. Someone telling you this is the right thing to do, when in fact it might not be. Or perhaps what is considered the right thing to do is more or less subjective, not objective. In other words, it's open to interpretation. No one person can really define what is right or wrong. Ultimately, you have your own conscience. You get to decide that. You are the person who is encountering and experiencing life as it is right now. So what do you do after you've had your reality shattered? You're heartbroken, or something has happened where you have discovered that you have been lied to. This is, in fact, one of the most difficult transitions to make, because in this place, we can feel so many negative emotions, so much confusion, disorientation, frustration, or desire to try to make the lie work, because perhaps they were right. We're just not seeing it clearly enough. This is a very challenging place to be in. And if you are in this place, let me tell you, I know in a lot of ways how you feel. I maybe cannot relate to the exact same situation as you specifically, but I can relate to you in both the small and the big, in terms of the idea of the feelings of being lied to at large. And so when we consider what life is like in the information age, the place we're in now, where there's YouTube creators telling you this and that, there's books telling you this and that, you could pull out two books from the store shelves and they could both be arguing two completely opposite philosophies and why you should live your life that way. Or two books from the store shelf that argue two completely different ways of approaching your golf game, your YouTube channel, your business, whatever it is. And those two books could be completely opposite. One telling you one thing, the other one telling you the other. So which one do you listen to? What do you even take in when the whole world is full of a absolute, pardon my French, clusterfuck of information? What do you do? What has been working for me lately is taking a step back and rejecting all information on a baseline level, and then thinking about, who do I trust and who do I want to be influenced by? I have a rough idea in my head who that is. And then I think about, who do I not want to influence me? Whose lifestyle do I not want to live? Whose advice do I not like receiving or getting? And then I let that also dictate what I'm going to take in. When it comes to books and YouTube videos, movies, I pretty much just apply the same filter. What can I visualize or see working? And what just feels like hogwash? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get caught in another lie again. Chances are you probably will. Humans are very, very gullible, and we are a lot more gullible than we like to think of ourselves as. It's very easy for someone to pull the wool over your eyes. Even if you may consider yourself to be a very wise and intelligent individual, everyone can get scammed. Everyone can get hoodwinked. You're not alone if that's happened to you. And yeah, it sucks when it happens. But you can protect yourself. And chances are, if a situation like that has happened to you, and you've taken some time to think about it, how did it happen? What events led up to it happening? That information from your own personal experience is useful. That is information you can trust because you have experienced it. You've gone through it. Your experience is perhaps the only most trustworthy information you can have because you've lived the pros and the cons, the ups and the downs, the events that occurred. That is something that you can trust in the world where everything is untrustworthy. I am not a YouTube guru. I am just some guy who is talking into his microphone on the internet. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, because perhaps you too might find there to be some deceit in here. But I'm not trying to deceive you. I'm just trying to be real and honest with you, and hope that this helps you. I don't know if it will. Maybe it's not what you need to hear right now, or maybe it is. I hope it helps. I mean that genuinely. And you'll just have to take my word for it. If you don't, oh well, that's okay. There's bound to be somebody else out there for you to listen to. At any rate, I just wanted to share, if this experience has happened to you, which it most likely has, you're not alone. And I feel for the situation you're in. I too wish there was a clear, certain path to understanding what is the right decision and the right choice to make in our lives. It would just make life so much easier, so much less stressful, so much less confusing, and perhaps peaceful. But even though that's the case, that doesn't mean you can't find peace in your life. That doesn't mean that you can't find the right information that will work for you. You can. Just take some work. So don't give up. And I hope to see you on the other side. Big smile on your face. Because there's a lot of good things in the world to enjoy. Thank you for listening. Zen out.